The Tale of Tom Thumb. Once, there was a very old beggar was wandering through the densely wooded forest. One day, when his feet were very sore, he knocked on the door of a one-eyed orc named Gogo and begged for a bite to eat. The orc Gogo and his wife Gigi welcomed the stranger into their cave. While his wife put some bread on a small plate, they realized that their guest was none other than Merlin, the greatest and most skillful wizard of all the realms.
Oh, great Merlin, please accept our humble assistance.
You both are very humble and generous. I am well pleased. Therefore, I wish to offer you anything you desire.
He snapped his fingers twice, and then bubbles appeared above his head with images in them.
Ah, skadoosh! Shiny heaps of gold, sparkling diamond mines. Tell me, what do you wish for?
Oh, I should be the happiest creature in the world if I had a son. Even if he was no bigger than my husband's thumb, I would be satisfied.
Gigi gazed at her thumb in wistful longing. Merlin was so amused with the idea of an orc boy no bigger than a thumb that he decided to grant the poor woman's wish. And poof! There came a sweet little orc boy holding Gigi's thumb. The new orc parents felt utter happiness, and they thanked Merlin countless times. Soon after, the wizard departed from his humble host's dwelling. Tom never grew any larger than his father's thumb. That's why everyone called him Tom Thumb. Gogo and Gigi never let their very tiny son disappear from their sight for fear of losing him. They crafted a small toy house for him to live in. And as he got older, he became a very cunning and clever lad. One day, Gogo was getting ready to go into the forest to cut wood. He said to himself,
I wish I had someone to drive the cart to me.
Father, I can bring the cart all by myself.
Gogo laughed, and he answered,
Well, let's at least try.
When the time came, Tom asked his mother to harness the horse to the cart, and then he sat in the horse's ear and gave him directions. So the horse went the correct way through the densely wooded forest. It happened that, as they turned a corner, Tom was calling out,
Gently, gently.
Two humans responded to his cry of distress. One of them saw the horse and heard the voice, but couldn't see the rider.
What an odd thing that is. There goes the cart, and the rider is talking to the horse. But still, the rider is not to be seen.
They started to follow the cart out of curiosity, wondering what sort of strange magic this was. The cart drove directly into the forest, and exactly to the place where Gogo was working. Then Tom, seeing his father, called out to him,
Do you see, Dad? I have arrived with the cart.
Gogo took his son and put the boy onto his shoulder. The two strangers were looking upward all this time and did not know what to say, as they were simply flabbergasted. Then one of them rattled the other by the shoulders, saying with greedy excitement,
We must steal the little orc. He would make our fortune. People from all over would pay to see a little freak like him. We'd be rich, rich, I tell you.
So they hastily disguised themselves by covering with branches and leaves. When Gogo was taking a shortcut through the woods, they gingerly grabbed Tom by putting a hand over his tiny mouth and swiftly stuffing him inside their satchel. And just like that, they slipped away, cloaked in the shadows of the tall pines of the forest.
Help, Dad! Help me!
Tom was shouting, but no one could hear him. The two strange kidnappers journeyed onward till dusk had begun to fall, and Tom requested with urgency in his voice,
Will you please set me down? I need to go to the bathroom.
Don't you fool us, piggy boy. We know you just want to escape and run away, right?
No, sir. But if you doubt me, then I suggest you tie me with a thread.
They agreed to bind the boy in a thread. With one end tied to Tom and the other tied to the human's hand, they released him and allowed him to relieve himself. Tom nimbly slipped into a mouse hole and cut the thread with his strong teeth. The men stuck their sticks into the hole, but it was all in vain because Tom crept still farther into the hole. As it became darker and darker, they were forced to give up in frustration. After a while, when Tom realized that his kidnappers were gone, he crept out of the hole. As he was walking, he heard two goblins chatting together about how to rob his father, Gogo. He then came out from the shell and disrupted their scheming with cunning cleverness.
I could tell you how. I can slip through the door of the cave, then into the safe, and I can get you as much gold as you want. What do you say?
And why would you help us out like that? What's in it for you, you little thing?
I would get my fair share of the loot, of course.
Yeah, why not? Let's go then.
Goblin carries Tom atop his head, and off they went. As they approached Gogo's cave, Tom slipped through a tiny little crack in the cave and opened the door for them by pulling a small lever that his father had specially made for Tom. The two goblins entered the cave, their eyes gleaming with the glitter of greediness. They double-checked to make sure that the orc couple were sleeping and proceeded to stealthily traverse to the treasury room. As the goblins began to selfishly stuff gold into their satchel, Tom closed the treasure room door by pulling yet another lever, trapping them inside. He called out,
Dad! Dad, come here! I have captured robbers!
Both Gogo and Gigi wake up, with a smile dancing across their faces as they hear their son and run towards the sound of his sweet voice.
My little Tom has returned.
The whole family cried tears of gratitude and joy at the reunion of their family, as well as the safety of their belongings. Gigi then picked up her son Tom and kissed him. Soon, they heard the whispering of the two would-have-been thieving goblins from the treasure room.
Hey, tomboy, come on, open the door. Your share of the treasure is here, just waiting for you. Tom? You there? Can you hear me now?
The whole orc family laughed at their intruder's predicament. And then Gogo went to teach them a lesson and beat them good and hard. Soon, Tom could hear the goblins crying for mercy and in fear of their lives. When Gogo finally emerged from out of the treasury room, two goblins were swinging upside down in his tightly fisted grasp. And Tom felt so very proud to be the son of such awe-inspiring parents.
From now on, we will treat you as the orc treat another. I am proud of you, my son.
The end. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get future updates. And don't forget to comment.